How do you do? Storyteller here, finally back with finally, it's only been a week, back with our weekly journal. I don't know where I was going with that. Back with our weekly journal, and we've got a few things to talk about, yay! Don't we always? Anyway, I've got a list up here on my computer, actually being prepared. So let's scooch some things over, because I don't prepare ahead of time. There we go. Alright. As you can see, I just got my hair cut, like literally not even an hour ago. It's very, very short. Very short. But I love it. It's so much fun. Like, I don't think I talked about dyeing my hair last journal, but I dyed it back to black, so no more highlights, no more brown, no more blonde, no more yellow. Back to black, except for this little patch in the top of my head of my silver hair. Those of you who don't know, I'm a natural silver. And probably eventually my whole head will be silver. It's a birthmark type thing, but yeah, that part of my hair won't stay black. It goes back to whatever color it wants to because it's silver. So that's really annoying. But that's okay, because I can live with that. Better silver than some off weird color. Anyway, so yeah, I got my hair cut. But the problem was, and the reason it's so short, is we had a language barrier. I went to a new place that I've never been before, obviously, because you guys know I can't go back to that other hairdresser because I rejected her son. I won't go out with her weaselly, greasy little son, so I had to go find somebody else. But this woman, nothing against it, but she barely spoke English. We had a real problem trying to communicate what it is I wanted. I have more fake chocolate, but I had real trouble trying to communicate what it is I wanted her to do. So she kind of just did her own thing. Oh my gosh, I can see that. So much! It's so obvious. I hate that. But, yeah, so language barrier. But it was fine. Like, I think it came out good. Every time I turn my head, I'm gonna see that patch in the back of my head. Anyway. School! You guys know I've been doing photography projects, and the latest one I've been doing is a narrative project. Basically, we have to tell a story with images, and the title of my photo series is The Book of Murder, because it's a woman in a kitchen, but she's got a book in her hand that says The Book of Murder, and she's got pills on the table, and so at first glance it would look like she's just cooking dinner, and it's a classic old black and white photo of a woman cooking. But it's a woman plotting murder, so that's fun. And let's see, photography class. I showed up in class, and apparently the project we're working on, this, is due tomorrow. Not Wednesday, because there's no school Wednesday. I'm not even going to be in the state on Wednesday. So I got confused about that, so the teacher actually sent me out to go shoot some film. But I had no film with me, so I had to drive half an hour back home to go shoot film. Which I later finished developing on Friday, and by the way, Friday was a bright and sunny and gorgeous, sunshiny day. Beautiful! Like, yesterday was warmer. It was gorgeous. I was in shorts. It was fantastic. And today was in the 30s. Frozen rain. In the 30s. But yesterday was nice. But it's okay because I'm leaving. Tomorrow, after my classes, or at least after 2 of them, we're going to South Carolina. That snuck up so fast, didn't it? I feel like it did. I didn't even know it was tomorrow until today, that we're leaving tomorrow evening for South Carolina. And I'll be gone about a week. So that'll be fun. I'll probably record my weekly journal either from South Carolina or from the car somewhere in between South Carolina and here, because I'm not actually sure when we're coming home. So my weekly journal might be recorded from the backseat of a car. Let's see. I unwrapped this and haven't taken a bite of it yet. I've been blabbing. Let's see. La la la. Work. let's jump right to work because figure drawings. Nothing interesting's been happening lately. We had the usual model, the guy. Did some ink washes of that. They turned out well, but nothing really eventful. No fun stories like models falling asleep or models hitting on me. Either things have been boring lately, or I'm just desensitized to standing in a room surrounded by a group of tables. We're all sketching a naked guy. I mean, that's something that should be interesting. Sitting around in a circle or a square, all of us with giant art pads and charcoal or ink, drawing a naked guy in the center of the room. Usually that's pretty eventful. But I'm so desensitized to it, it seems basic now. It's hardly worth mentioning. But anyway, work. The renovation is officially over, so the crew is finally leaving, I think. The beastly woman was there all the way up until the end. She never got fired, but rumor has it that she's not going to be put on another project, that she's kind of being demoted. Which I hope is true, because she's awful. But, yeah, I say over because it's not actually over. The people are just leaving because they ran out of their deadline. But, yeah, the renovation's not over. We still have a lot to do. Things that need to be shipped out, things that need to be shipped in, things that need to be built, things that need to be torn down. Still a lot to do, but the most of it is done. Haven't replaced the carpets yet. That's going to be done starting tomorrow. Tomorrow. Anyway, let's see. Thursday, poetry club. My new person didn't come back. The one I said, the really older lady. Probably because I kept calling her that. Not to her face, but maybe she felt it. But yeah, she didn't come back. I was very sad. But we still had fun. And another group that meets in the building that night brought us a snack. You guys have heard of deviled eggs? They're pretty gross. She brought us angel eggs. Because apparently you can't have deviled eggs in a church. So she brought us angel eggs. Oh. I have no words for that. But poetry club was fun. Everybody had 2 poems to read. There's one girl in my class who hasn't been writing for the assignments. She wrote half a poem, but I think she's going to be turning in full poems this week because she actually got one topic she likes, and she got inspired in class by a project we were doing. It was the we call it blackout poetry. So you take a page ripped out from a book that has words all over it, and you circle words in different parts of the page that form thoughts or phrases. So you take random words out from a page of a book and you write a poem based on that, and she actually started it in class. It's the first poem I've seen her start, so I'm really hoping she finishes this one. It'll be really cool if she does. And let's see, in poetry class we listened to more poems, duh. And we had our snacks, and we read our poems. My star pupil wrote like 4 poems. He's fantastic. When he started out, his style of writing is to write modern things, like he wants to be a rapper. So he would write raps and turn those in. But now I'm watching his writing evolve from writing raps where it's repetitive and, you know. But now he's writing things that are rhyming and that have a flow to them, a pattern to them, and writing either wonderfully light, happy, or insanely dark and dreary and full of symbolism. And I'm watching his writing develop to a place where I'm bewildered. It's fantastic. I love it. And I love that he writes several poems, because that way I can compare the writing in them and I can understand his technique more. It fills the time. That way I don't have to blather so much, because I I do like to blather, but I don't like to blather. It kind of contradicts myself, but I don't like to be the only one talking when there's other people in the room. Like these journals, I love to just talk and talk. But when there's other people in the room, I'd rather listen. I'd rather hear somebody else's input, so when he writes several poems, it's such a relief to me because I get to just listen and geek out about poetry. So that's fun. Yeah, I mentioned leaving tomorrow morning for South Carolina. Not morning, tomorrow evening for South Carolina. Finally getting to go see my grandparents again because it's been ages since I've seen them. I cannot wait. I'm gonna go hang out with my papa and do crazy stuff, and we'll probably go on walks and stuff. And with my nana, I'll probably cook with her and we'll take walks, and I cannot wait. She loves to cook. I love to cook. It works very well. Very well. I get so many recipes from her, and she's just fantastic, and I love being around both of them. I'm sure it'll be so much fun, so I cannot wait. Hoping I don't have too much homework in between the time I'm away, because I don't really want to be doing homework in South Carolina, but I will if I have to. Let's see. Oh, and Texas. I'll be going to Texas in a month. A lot of traveling, but while we're there, I mentioned that, and you guys saw the tattoo that Southward Angel and I are getting together. I've decided I'm pretty sure it's gonna go on my ankle. It looks like a weird tattoo to go on an ankle, but I saw a really good design for that placement. So definitely considering that. It's either that or the side of my leg. Both very odd sounding places, but I think they'll work. But I'm favoring the ankle just because it's visible, but it's something I could hide if I need to, because you guys know I want to travel. And a lot of places are very, I don't want to say prejudiced against tattoos, but they don't like them. A lot of cultures don't accept them, so all of my tattoos are in places where I can hide them, and I think I'd have a better chance of being able to hide a tattoo on my ankle than on my leg. Just because if I'm in a place that's hot, I don't want to have to be wearing long pants all the time just to cover a tattoo. It's much easier to just wear dorky long socks than to have to wear long pants just to cover it. So trying to be mindful of that, and plus I really like the placement, so if I find a good example of that, I'll try to show you guys, but you'll probably just see it when it gets done in a month, a couple journals from now, probably like 4 journals from now, maybe 3, I don't know I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I think that's about it, isn't it? I mean, I talked about my hair, and I talked about work, the craziness. By the way, I just want to comment. You know, Brooke, I call her horsehair sometimes. I started out hating her because she had an attitude and acted like she was better than all of us. I actually kind of like her now. She's been sweet to me, and I thought it was just something weird going on, like, wow, why are you actually being nice to me? But I figured it out. I think what it is that she's never worked retail before. And now that she's in working retail, she's beginning to sympathize with us. She's actually understanding that it's not easy peasy, because she's going to pharmacy afterwards. She's going to go do the more sophisticated work than cashiering, but I think that's why she was being so demeaning to us and not responding when we talked to her, is because originally she was all like, oh, you guys are just the cashiers, I'm gonna be pharmacy. But now I think she's beginning to see what a nightmare being a cashier is. She's actually becoming more sympathetic and relating to us. So if that's the case, I'm very happy about it. Because she's being social, she's being friendly, like she doesn't talk and she's still really lazy. But she's friendly and she'll smile and she'll wave at you when you talk to her. So that's a plus. I still really don't like Dawn, and I still really, really, really don't like Melissa. Those are the 2 newer people who are absolute. Melissa is useless. Dawn is, what's the word, confrontational. Because Dawn will work. Melissa's lazy and won't work. Dawn will work, but she's confrontational and complains. I complain a lot too. I'm not throwing stones at that, but it's hard to work with her. It really is hard to get anything done with her around without some kind of a conflict. And with Melissa, it's just, she always has an excuse for why she can't do her work. It's an injury, it's, I don't have enough time, it's, oh, this was in my way, oh, I needed to help a customer 20 minutes ago. I don't know. Enough about work. I don't mean to always be talking about that. Just, I spend so much time there, especially lately, that it has a lot to do with what's on my mind, so. Anyway, there's a lot more going on, but that's pretty much all I can talk about. Am I forgetting something? I feel like I am. Anyway, I guess we'll end it here. I don't want it to be too long because it'll take forever to upload, so we're gonna end it off here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!